So to crack on with the next session, the next event in this series is our client interaction from around the globe, who will be sharing their experiences. And to start off that, I would like to invite my colleague Surendran, the head of our Middle East and GCC region. He's accompanied by our guest speaker, Khaled Hamid, who is the founder and managing director at PLC Group based in Dubai. They will dive into PLC contracting IT vision, adoption of cloud, and more specifically on Xpedeon. Over to you, Surendran.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you. Hello, everyone. Good morning. Good afternoon. Today, this session, I am delighted to be having the chat with Khaled. His organization, PLC Contracting, undertakes major marine construction and bulk earthwork projects across UAE, and they have left visible footprint around Dubai coastline. Khaled actively steers the strategic decision-making for PLC Contracting. He draws on his education and experience in the field to support his team in reaching its objectives and to continue delivering some massive marine projects landmarks. Under his leadership, the team has consistently delivered innovative marine engineering solutions on Lamed project, Burj Al Arab platform, and several other large-scale marine projects. Khaled is a recognized figure in marine construction in the Middle East. I'm so happy and delighted and obliged to invite him for this event. Welcome to Infinity 2022, Mr. Khaled Hamid.
Thank you very much, Surendran. Thank you for the nice introduction. It was a bit much more than I expected. I'm glad that we're here in this session. We've been with Xpedeon and Surendran for a few years of relationship, and just very newly we kicked off the Xpedeon model. So how would you like me to start? Just let me know.
Thank you, Khaled. It would be great if you could start with, in your words, more about PLC Contracting and its activities.
PLC Contracting is a marine construction company. We're the flagship company of PL Group, which is everything related to marine. So we have our marine transport division, our charter and hire, engineering, and the construction. And PLC Contracting is the main bread earner for us. We're based in Dubai since 2004. We've had a brand name change during the period. So PLC Contracting is since 2017, actually. We have offices in Abu Dhabi, South Africa, and Johannesburg. We're just starting operation in Saudi under a different brand name for licensing purposes. Our core activity is marine works. So if it's dry, don't call us. We do wet works only. That's what we say. We do marine construction near shore structures, breakwaters, coastal reclamation, offshore piling, beaches, beach nourishment, groins. I mean, in summary, our pitch is we build islands, which sounds nicer actually, but that's what we really do.
Right.
We've been involved in most of the projects in the coastline of Dubai as a company since 2004 and as a group of individuals since '99. So we have involvement in every project that happened on the border, Sharjah to Abu Dhabi, and many of the major projects of Abu Dhabi. We've worked regional here in Bahrain, in Qatar, in Pakistan, in Iraq, in Africa. So, I mean, marine contractors have to travel well.
Yeah.
We're a modest sized company, so we're not one of the big players in the market, and we like to keep it like that. Our marine fleet is a very modest 11 vessels versus others have multiples of that amount.
Yeah.
And we focus on the special equipment. Even our land equipment are the specialized equipment, and we rent from the market the standard equipment that are available.
Right.
We focus on having our survey equipment and technological equipment in-house. Even from a team selection point of view, you'll find that we do not employ junior workforce. So our least paid or the most junior employee will be a foreman. Yeah. And we tend to hire from the market other professions. So we are all in all a group of 100 plus only. And we try not to exceed that. And that's to reduce overheads and to keep a sustainable vision within the market. Our average turnover is $100 million, not counting the past 2 years because we don't want to look at them. We actually skipped 2020. I mean, last year for me is 2019 when I talk about it. We operate with certified management systems, ISO 9001, 14001, and 45001 for quality, environment, health, and safety. Out of our requirement, our wish to operate like that, and the industry requires lots of measures, actually. So we really have to be careful. Environment is a very important aspect in our work because we're involved with most of the environmental agencies in all of our divisions. It's a high-risk industry, very adverse, impacted by weather, impacted by many elements, and it really requires very high project controls and on the spot. We tend to have lots of budget changes at shorter terms than other industries. Right. Our management approach is transparency and partnership with others. So this gives you a general idea of what we do and how risk or relaxed it is.
I understand. It's great. It's great insight you have given me. Fantastic. It's wish you all the very best. The way you have done it, we know clearly how instrumental all those kind of areas which you have been covered. Now, I just wanted to understand, what was the IT landscape prior to adopting Onxpedeon, and what were some of the critical challenges you faced, which prompted a change for you for selecting Onxpedeon? So, just wanted to understand your complete.
Yeah. Allow me to start. I mean, we've been together, me and Surendran, since 2015, and I will explain and maybe at the end of this talk. So I had a wish to have a construction ERP very early in the company age. I was not successful due to my team to engage in that in 2015. So we were going through multiple solutions. I mean, when you have a democracy, it doesn't work very nicely usually. So we had lots of opinions of getting off-the-shelf products. We've had experiences with big brand names like Oracle, which is a very good system, works very nicely. Our disappointment was due to our wrong selection and not Oracle. I'm not criticizing Oracle at all, but it worked perfectly on the accounting. It worked very nicely on the procurement, but it did not suit the industry for us. We've, of course, implementation, compatibility. It was very hard. So we consider it our failure that we could not succeed in that. The main challenges was the time spent in implementation, changing the mindset of the service providers and implementation partners to understand what we wanted. Oracle partner did actually employ some industry people, but they were not technology partners. We've surveyed the market and again went back to Xpedeon, and with the lots of improvement I've seen between the review we've had in 2015 and 16, the cloud solution came in that period. The access with this machine was a very interesting thing for me. Right. And we made a very hard decision on Xpedeon, not on us. I mean, we've put very harsh terms and conditions and for both parties in order to deliver fast. And I'm happy we did. The team commitment was very high. And I think now I can openly say I have an ERP. I've been lying about having an ERP for the past 14 years. I didn't have one, but we were hiding it very well. So yes, now we can say we're part of the industry.
Great, sir. Great. Thank you so much to touching upon the areas which you rightly put, and very appreciated that. Now, just wanted to understand what were the driving factors while selecting a cloud SaaS model, basically for your core business application, and how do you look at it, that perspective?
just to understand before I comment, I'm not the technology person. I'm a contractor. I dump rock in the sea. So let's make things clear. Understanding cloud for me is easiness and flexibility. One of the main issues from a budget point of view were the hardware capital expenditure. We live in Dubai, we operate from Dubai. So basically, that's our head office, and having a new server every time, and every service provider tells you need to add this and add that, or you need to talk to the Etisalat, and I don't know what you ask for megahertz, was too complicated for us. When we saw that it's a plug and play solution, I don't need networking and cabling and this, that was nice for us as itself. Every one of our users just sits down, gets into the cloud and connects easily. It was a very light approach during the presentation. So it's a username and a password. So I like that. The remote operation is a very important thing. Our bread earners, our operations team, we operate geographically in multiple locations. I mean, we are a Dubai-based company, but if we get a job now, we're pricing a job in Liberia. So setting up in Liberia and setting that thing, and our system does not work unless our operating team feeds in the data. So everything fails. Understand very well. My main concern is not the accounting. My main concern is the project controls. I went into Xpedeon for project controls. So accounting, I believe it can always be done. So the remote operation was good because then our people can work off their vessels, do the data entry. And the last but not least was the support services. I mean, I do want to work with somebody that's available, and I get the upgrades and I get the correct understanding. So I understood that the cloud is a very easy solution for us. And that's where these are the main elements I selected, a cloud solution.
Great, great. Actually, that's the right selection you did, and I appreciate it. I just wanted to understand from the same line. Now, what did you find their own Xpedeon Cloud proposition, which is most appealing to you?
Well, I mean, I can start with the team industry knowledge. When we selected Xpedeon, it was shortlisted between three main elements, three main parties or service providers. For respect of others, I will not mention them, but we've selected Xpedeon because every member of the team, as you remember, we went through a bit of a pain to sign a contract with. So I know you've had many, many sessions and sales pitches with us. But the knowledge of every team member in the industry was something very important for us. We were not talking to your gentleman handling the finance model as a guy who has a CPA or a CFA. He's a person who understands the construction industry, what's a retention, how the payments are done, and all of these. The easy access for the issue, which is I mentioned a minute ago in the cloud. I mean, the easy implementation for any user. So if I have 50 users, 60 users, how easy it is. And especially, I don't know the model for the personnel, they can insert their stuff in and out. The cost was a main element, I have to say. I mean, the implementation cost within the limited period was very much agreeable and within our budget. And the cost per annum, or the user's cost, the fee we are paying monthly or annual, is very logical. And the fact that we can increase and adjust the numbers easily, we don't have to buy like a minimum of 200 chunk, and this was one of the main things. Of course, the cloud platform that we talked about before, and the backups. One of the main things was the support services and the backup. I used to buy softwares that are more related to engineering. I get a shock at the end of the year that the backup or the support service is 35% of the price. When you do an upgrade, you're paying again the same price. Here we're getting auto upgrades, and the backup system and the support services are there. Last but not least, I was very fascinated with the fact that your environmental commitment is high in your server farms. Not many people are operating green energy server farms nowadays, but we understood during the first presentation that you're committed to that, which was one of the good reasons why we chose Xpedeon, actually.
Great, great. Thank you so much. It's very well explained. I can't express my words, but the way you, though you're not a technical person, the way you have interacted with me, the way you have communicated the subject in line is very precise, and our viewers and the customers are we'll be happy to hear it out from you. One of the subject which again I want to look at it is now you have a clear growth plan for your business. So in the long-term perspective, as your future roadmap, how do you think the cloud on Xpedeon will really help you?
I mean, as I said, mentioning the users, I also saw the changes. I mean, when we discussed the VAT and the corporate tax, the fact that Xpedeon is upgrading itself on annual basis or short-term basis or when needed. I saw the changes you've done again between the 2015, 16 and now, and how you've accommodated the market requirement, being it in the HR module or others. Right. I feel it's a modular system that when we grow, we can grow together. Right. Reasoning when we're doing the test run and the going live, we tried a 1 million contract and a 250 million contract just to see dirhams, that is, to see how it operates, and the system accommodates such things. So we felt that you can follow the changes and the construct updates, and Xpedeon can help us in that. Hopefully I'm correct. I mean, let's see. I mean, you have a good R&D division. I remember when we talked about the Saudi thing, you were very quick in presenting. My Saudi team was very impressed of your knowledge of the taxation and the VAT there. So it's not only a personal knowledge, your system understands it and allows for it. And there's multiple changes in the region, being it from taxation or regulations in the HR, that we do require such a thing.
Yeah, we do communicate the scalability aspect very much between us when we discussed about the Saudi operations, especially the VAT and the compliance things, which you got that clear insight into our system. Very good. Thank you so much. And last but not the least, I just wanted to understand from you, currently where the implementation is gone and you are on the Xpedeon Cloud platform, what is the current business experience with on Xpedeon till today? Now, when you look at it currently, the way you have implemented it out at PLC Contracting.
I mean, I think we're nearly go live in all the systems. I can say we started on a very tight schedule for you. But just to explain to everybody, this was a long discussion that we've spent more time planning than the implementation, but it works because I think we commenced in September, October?
October, yes.
October, and with a plan to go live 1st of January, I had to put a freeze on the operation in December due to some internal issues of availability of some personnel. But at the moment, I know that I'm actually reading the updated report of yesterday. Procurement, subcontract, inventory, accounts are live. Yeah. HR and payroll, I just approved the payroll now on the system, which was very interesting. Right. We're handling the 2 new projects we signed on there to see the CVR system and the cost control. So I can say I'm impressed with the time we reached the implementation, and now we're going through the data migration, which is a 3 years data migration we're doing. There was a smart decision to put an opening balance 1st of January, and then we do the upgrades later. We're still there to see how it's going to perform, but I can say we're very highly satisfied with where we are now.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Do you have any other subject to put it in front of our viewers?
Well, I mean, if the viewers are users or if the viewers are technology people, I would like to give my personal experience in this. I mean, I always say experience comes from either success or failure. So I'm a company or a person who failed in 3 ERPs. So I think I have enough experience in failing ERPs. And we've done lessons learned to understand. And I would advise anybody selling the product or buying the product to really consider the following. First, we're contractors, and contractors and engineers by nature are too arrogant and they think they know better. Right. You as a service provider have to stop them. So you need to get the management commitment that they will stop their team from innovation, because the reasons we failed in 3 ERPs was every one of my employees wanted the ERP to create things for them that, I mean, Elon Musk cannot do, but they thought it can be done. You need to get the team buy-in, you need to get the team commitment, and you cannot fail them. What we've done, me and Surendran, we've put some deadlines and we made sure that it's delivered. So the team trusts the system, and you have to give them the time. The problem is if you don't give them enough time, they cannot deliver. And the most important one, that we have to have our processes in place before the ERP comes in and do a gap analysis.
Right.
And that's what we've done together. So we were modest about saying, this is what we want. Tell us if the system works or not. Sometimes we are over demanding. So I prefer that. Tell us what the system wants, let it operate, and then we start upgrading it gradually.
Right.
Other than that, I would recommend Xpedeon for a construction company. We're happy about it. And I'm telling you, out of bad experiences I've had before, we're very happy.
Thank you so much. I don't know how to express my gratitude, my obligations, the way we are working together. We have been working very long, I know. Now we have got an opportunity now to start reworking again, joining again back to your firm. Then now we make sure that we deliver the way we promised. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me, and thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thank you so much. That's Mr. Khaled Hamid, founding and managing director of PLC Contracting. Over to you, Bill. Thank you. Thank you.